All right, let's get started with Unity. Go ahead and go to the Unity01OpenProject.mp4 website and go to the Project 1 sound page and click on the Download Unity project file link, and that will download the zip file of the Unity project. It just showed up over here on the desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and just close out the web and go over here and open up the zip file. And there it is. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rename this folder. I'll customize it, and I recommend that you do the same. Put your name on it and something so you'll know what it is. So Miles Inada, EMDA 203, and make sure you call it something like Unity Project. And I'm not using any spaces or special characters because sometimes that can cause trouble, and I just want to keep it nice and clean. So something like that looks pretty good. I can throw away the zip file or store it somewhere else. And now we're ready to go and open up Unity. So let's go ahead and do that. And as we open up Unity, we'll get a dialog box asking us to set up a project. Alright, so when Unity opens, we'll get something that probably looks like this. This is Angry Bots, which is the demo file that Unity ships with right now. And you have some extra resources here you can take a look at, and I recommend doing that, especially if you're interested in getting farther into this kind of a field. But we'll just close that for right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to set our new project folder as the default project folder. That's very important. And we do that by going up here to File, Open Project. We get this wonderful wizard here. And so we'll just say Open Other, which is right down here. And we will find our project folder, Miles Inada MD203 Unity Project, and click Open. And don't save. Once that happens, you'll notice this window over here is going to change. It'll disappear first. And it's going to list the contents, if you happen to look over here into our actual folder, of here's our Miles Inada Unity project. And then if I go into the assets folder, you'll see that the contents of this folder here match up exactly with the contents of what's over here in the project tab of Unity. And that's because these are exactly the same thing. So if I do something here, let's say I move this demons sound into the materials folder there, and then I go back to the Finder, then I will see that the demon file has in fact been moved into the materials folder here in the Finder. So generally what you want to do is to make any changes like moving files around or renaming things in Unity. If you're talking about doing any changes to your project folder, make sure that you do those things in the Unity interface and not over here in the Finder or the OS interface. Same thing with a Windows machine. If you happen to be working on one at home, make sure that you make your changes in here in the project folder. So I'll go ahead and close that. Go to the materials, and I'll move demons back out. And there we go. So one last thing is that in case your window doesn't look like this, go up here to Window, Layouts, and 2x3 is what we're using. And we're ready to go. In the next video, we'll look at how to import our audio files that we worked on in GarageBand into our project folder and to open up a default scene.